The Honorable Mr. Justice Bairam Ongaya, the Principal Judge of the Employment and Labor Relations Court, distinguished judges, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored, most honored to speak to you at this 2025 Environment and Labor Relations Court Judges Conference, even though I'm unable to join you physically, a matter that gives me much regret. Allow me to begin by sincerely thanking each one of you for your continued dedication and hard work in dispensing justice across the court stations, often under very difficult and demanding conditions. Your tireless commitment to service underpins the judiciary's ability to reach the people of Kenya and uphold and protect the rule of law. We meet at a time when the judiciary has been placed under heightened public scrutiny across the country. As we are all aware, concerns have been raised not only about the timelines and quality of our service delivery, but also about the integrity of a few within our ranks. We as judges find ourselves on trial and a public examination for how we manage cases and serve our court users, and regrettably for renewed allegations of corruption in some court stations. This scrutiny is a moment of reckoning and an opportunity for deep reflection and reform. It compels us to reaffirm our commitment to the values of integrity and efficiency that are at the heart of our calling to serve justice to the public. It is for this reason that we are intensifying our focus on improving case management and ensuring that court users are not subjected to delays or administrative inefficiencies. You will allow me to briefly speak about case management, which is one of the major issues raised by court users, and the issue of frequency of adjournments, many of which are avoidable. Frequent adjournments not only delay justice, but also contribute to growing public frustration and erode confidence in our courts. It is important to commend those among us who have demonstrated exceptional case management. And in this regard, I wish to recognize Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu ELRC court stations for recording the least number of adjournments over the last 7 months. Your commitment to timely and efficient justice is admirable and should serve as a benchmark for others. At the same time, we must reflect on areas where performance has fallen below expectation. The case in point is Marindi, Bungoma, and Nyeri ELRC court stations. These courts have recorded the highest levels of adjournments over the same period. I raise this issue not to condemn, but to encourage self-examination and corrective action. We must collectively, as a court, raise our standards of service delivery. I will also speak to the issue of integrity and anti-corruption efforts. Alongside issues of efficiency, we are also grappling with renewed allegations of corruption within some of our court stations. These are deeply concerning, and we cannot ignore them. I want to state once again, unequivocally, the judiciary is a corruption-free zone. And as we all know, and we have pronounced it in many of the forums and even in our framework, we have adopted a zero-tolerance policy to corruption, and we are determined to enforce it without fear or favor. To reinforce our institutional integrity, we are rolling out court integrity committees across all court stations. These committees are designed as inclusive platforms for judges, judicial officers, advocates, representatives of Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, and other stakeholders to raise concerns, share observations, and collaborate in addressing unethical behavior. I therefore urge each one of you, my lords and ladies, to take personal responsibility for ensuring these committees are not only established, but are also effective in your respective court stations. They must become engines for driving ethical conduct and reinforcing public confidence in our justice system. At the national level, we are complementing these efforts through the National Council on the Administration of Justice. As you are aware, we recently launched the Justice Sector Anti-Corruption Strategic Guiding Framework, a sector-wide initiative that brings together all justice actors from the police to prosecution, the EACC and correctional services in a unified stance against corruption. Our intention is that we must speak with one voice and act with one purpose to rid our institutions in the justice sector of unethical practices. I urge all of you to support the implementation of this framework and to ensure its principles are fully embraced and lived out in our court environments. In the past, our anti-corruption approach relied heavily on complaints launched with the Judicial Service Commission and the Office of the Judiciary Ombudsman. While important, this approach has had some limitations. We are now complementing the complaints approach with an intelligence-based model that involves working closely with the EACC. This partnership allows us to proactively identify patterns, hotspots, and individuals who may be engaging in corrupt practices and to intervene early. Our objective is to protect the integrity of the institution and to create a culture where corruption cannot thrive. On the topic of the day, insolvency, labor rights, and technology, this theme of this year's conference captures three dynamic and interrelated forces that are shaping the world of work today, and consequently the nature of disputes that come before the Employment Labor Relations Court. The current economic climate, both locally and globally, has witnessed increasing corporate distress and insolvencies, particularly in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. Ongoing geopolitical shifts and climate-induced disruptions. For workers, insolvency often means job loss, means wage arrears, and uncertainty over benefits such as pensions and terminal dues. As a specialized court, ELRC has a central role in upholding the labor rights of workers, even in the face of economic downturns. It must balance competing rights and competing interests. The right of workers to fair remuneration and protection against unfair termination on the one hand, and the right of employers to reorganize for survival and economic viability on the other. Judges of this court are therefore called upon to interpret and apply labor laws in a manner that is sensitive to both economic realities and enduring constitutional imperatives to protect the dignity and the rights of workers as enshrined in Article 41 of the Constitution. Another significant element of the theme is the evolving nature of labor rights in the context of a digital and technologically driven economy. The impact of technology and other technological advancements on the workplace cannot be overstated. We are seeing a shift towards digital platforms, automation, artificial intelligence, and gig work, which all is important legal and ethical considerations from both workers and employers. ELRC must stay informed about these changes and remain agile in your approach to interpreting and applying labor laws in ways that protect the right of workers while accommodating the innovation and flexibility required in the modern economy. As we grapple with these challenges, it is equally important that we look inward at how we as judges can leverage on technology to enhance the administration of justice. Technology offers us tools that can improve efficiency, transparency, and accessibility in our courtrooms. We have already seen significant strides through online filing and virtual hearings, which have made it possible to continue delivering justice even in the face of challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic. We are also now rolling out transcription support to all our courts nationwide. But we must continue to innovate and find ways to integrate technology further in our work, not only to streamline processes, but also to improve access to justice for all, particularly the vulnerable and those in marginalized and remote areas. I thank you all for your continued dedication to the cause of justice, and I wish you fruitful deliberations during this ELRC Judges Conference. And with those remarks, and with honor, I now declare the 2025 ELRC Judges Conference officially open. May God bless you, may God bless the judiciary, and may God bless our beloved country. Thank you.